Facebook ads still work effectively in today's marketplace? Hi, I'm Owik. I'm a digital marketer. I help businesses grow online using digital advertisement and digital tools. There are many ways to run a Facebook lead generation campaign. One of the ways is to send your prospect to a specific landing page where they're going to fill in the credentials. So like the name, email, and maybe telephone number that, or maybe other details that you're requesting. And the other way of running a Facebook lead generation campaign is to actually use the Facebook lead form. That means, which means your prospect or customer will not have to leave the Facebook advertisement platform. They will be required to fill in the details on the Facebook advertisement platform, so they don't need to leave. So in this specific example, I'll show you how to run a Facebook advertisement using the actual Facebook lead form. So when it comes to advertisement, just a quick disclaimer here. I want to make the disclaimer very clear and very simple, right? There are many digital ways to advertise your business, and there are many platforms to advertise your business, right? So you can either advertise your business organically or through the paid way, and there are also many other platforms you can advertise your business on, because I hear a lot of marketers going to business owners and saying, if business owners don't advertise the businesses on Facebook, then that means they don't exist, right? This type of statement just get on my nerve, right? So I understand, yes, Facebook, hands down, I have to lift my hands. I say Facebook is one of the best advertisement platform in the world. That's undeniable. I'm not saying no to that, but there are many other platforms to advertise your business on. And yeah, so you can advertise your business on Facebook, you can advertise your business on other platforms, right? And my minimum budget requirement for any small businesses you want to start advertising the business online through the paid way, I require them to spend a minimum of $5 a day. But for my UK clients, my recommendation is £5 daily, right? So this is because we use the pound sterling in the UK. So I recommend £5 a day for my UK clients. For my clients outside of UK, Europe, and any other part of Europe, right? Or any other part of the world, I recommend you to spend a minimum of $5, depending on your currency. I don't know which currency you're using, but convert that amount into dollars. So I'll say $5 is great. Another thing that I wanted to say is, whether you're going through the organic or the paid advertisement route, I want you to be very objective. I want you to be very clear, very specific about what you're trying to achieve, right? Who you're speaking to, who is your target audience, how are you going to speak to your target audience, because it's very important that you speak your target audience language so they understand you clearly and you guys can communicate, right? Do some research about your market, who is your audience, and then find out how to speak with them in the best possible way. So now, without further delay, I'm going to jump on my PC right now, and then I'll walk you through every single steps required to set up a Facebook lead generation campaign using the Facebook lead form. So stay tuned, and then I'll walk you through my PC right now. Okay, guys, here we are on my PC right now. The very first thing you must do is go to your Facebook page. And once you are on your Facebook page, you need to click here on this area where it says menu, and then click on add. So on add, I need to turn off ad blocker. Okay, so once you're here, you need to click here on go to ad managers. So on ad manager here, I need to select the ad account I would like to run my advertisement campaign on. So in this case, I'm going to select this one. So once I'm here, and I need to click here on create. And then I'll have to choose my my campaign objective here. If I want to go ahead and use an existing campaign, I can click here and use an existing campaign. But in this tutorial, I want to show you how to do it step by step. So click here on lead generation. And then down here, it says lead generation, collect leads for your business, right? And then if I click here on this arrow, right, it will say campaign, name this campaign, and so on. Ad set, name the ad set. If I want to, so there's 3 types of levels into an ad objective, right? So there's a campaign level, there's an ad set level, and then there's the ad. If I want to go ahead and name this, right, I can go ahead and name every single step here, but I'm not going to name it. I can always name this area later. So what I will do is I'll just click here on continue. And now I'll name my campaign. So I highly recommend you to name your campaign. Why is it important to name your campaign? Because you might have a lot of campaigns into your ad manager, and then you don't want to get confused with which one is what, right? And you really want to make sure everything is just organized and well structured in a way that is easy to follow. So name your campaign in a way that you remember. Here where it says special ad category, I don't really need to touch this area unless you are running advertisement for like social issues, things that election, politics, housing, employment, right? Credit, ads for credit card offer, vehicle loan, long-term financing. So if you're running ads for this specific type of stuff, right, you have to tick this area. If you don't tick, you're going to have some issue with Facebook. So my recommendation will be, if your advertisement campaign is going to be about one of these issues, one of these topics, I highly recommend you to select one of them. But our advertisement campaign is neither going to be about any of these. So I'll just skip this bit, right? I'll just leave that alone. Now, where it says campaign details, buying types, auction is fine. Campaign objectives, lead generation. Here, I can just click here on show more and see. Campaign spending limit, optional, not added. Don't worry about that for now. A and B test, right? This area is a little bit advanced. So I'm going to do a separate tutorial to show you like how the A and B testing creation works. So just leave this bit the way it is. Campaign budget optimization. Yes, set this on. Now, campaign budget, right? Daily budget. On this area, you can go ahead and increase or decrease your budget, right? So now, campaign bid strategy, lowest cost, leave it the way it is. I won't really touch this bit. So click here on show more options. Ad scheduling, run ads all the time. So this area is only available for lifetime budget. So I'll just leave this part like this, right? You need to click here on next. You need to name your ad set level. So I'll name that again. Lead method. How do you want to connect with people? Instant form. Let people submit a form to become leads, right? Automated chat. Calls. I want people to go through the instant form. That's what I want. The Facebook page that I like is my Facebook page. However, I can go here and select other Facebook pages. I do have other Facebook pages, so I can go ahead and select any other Facebook pages. Dynamic creative, I'll leave this bit off, right? Catalog, select a catalog. Really, I won't touch this bit, right? On the right hand side here, it says, okay, let me just bring that a bit smaller. So performance may be affected. Evolving changes related to how Facebook can process data may affect your data set delivery. Really, don't worry about this message, but this is just a way Facebook is letting you know how Facebook can process data, and basically it has to do with Facebook. Really, don't worry about that. Now, potential reach is 48 million people, right? Because in the UK, there are about 48 million people who uses Facebook and Instagram. So that's the reach in my region, right? Estimated daily results. Estimated daily results aren't available for this campaign because it has a budget that is optimize across all assets. So leave that area. Now, when you come here to audience, right, define who you want to see your ad. Before you jump into the Facebook advertising platform, I recommend you to do a bit of research about who you're speaking with, right, and how you're going to be connecting with your audience. Locations, people living in or recently in this location, right? So my location is going to be the United Kingdom, but this is a very broad target, right? And I want to target people within 20-mile radius. So let's just replace that. And then I'll enter another location. So let's say my business is based on Stratford Office Village, London, England. So this specific area is like Stratford, you know, the Olympic Village, where the Olympic Village happens. So I'm going to basically click here, right? So it's basically like 16 plus 16 kilometers, let's say 10 miles or 11 miles. If I want to run my targeting like in London, I can type London instead. If I want to target the whole London only, so I can just go ahead and put London here. But London is a big city, right? So London, England, I'll just put London, England for now. And then I will just, so, you know, basically I'll just put London, England. So anyone living in this specific location is going to be targeted. But my estimate daily reach, so as you can see, as soon as I've put London, right, this is what Facebook is showing me. My potential reach is 9 million people. So that's on average, the population of London is more, the population of London is more, but this is what Facebook is telling me, like how many people living in London using Facebook and Instagram. So here on the age, right? If you're depending of your business, right? For example, me, I'm into the digital marketing or digital advertisement business. So I normally target business owners. So I will start targeting people from 25 to 65 plus, right? So these are the people I will normally go for. However, if maybe your business is into like beauty or personal training, I mean, anything that your business might be, so you really need to know who is your target, right? And once you know who is your target, your age range, set up that age range. I recommend you to start with 18. You know, 18 is the minimum. Don't go below 18. You know, 18 is fine. And then 18 to 65, right? 65 plus. Gender, now, the gender, if you want to go with all, that means going with men and women, that would be awesome. But if your business is specifically targeting women, I'll highly recommend you to just go with women, right? Or let's say you are doing services that only concern women. I don't know which one, but you know your business. You only go ahead and target women, right? If it's a business that only concerns men, you only go ahead and select men. But if it's a business which concerns both men and women, I'll highly recommend you to just click here on all. Now, on detailed targeting, include people who match. So I'll go for Facebook. So, basically I'll go for Facebook page admins. There is a specific change here. You say upcoming changes, audience. Okay, you can read this on your own time, right? Read this on your own time. So I'll go for Facebook page admin. This is what I'll go for. But sometimes a lot of people own a Facebook page. They are not necessarily business owners, right? So I'll go for, and then I'll add another objective here. I'll say business page admin. Ideally, this specific area, I will ask you to be very specific and know how to target. So let's say if your customers, let's say your customers are entrepreneurs or business owners, right? So you're also going to be targeting magazines such as Forbes, maybe Forbes UK, because Forbes is in the USA as well. So Forbes magazine, this is a very broad, as you can see. So let's say I want to target someone like Tony Robbins, right? Tony Robbins. So if I want to target Tony Robbins audience, I can just target Tony Robbins audience, you know. So instead of going for the Facebook page admin, I'll just delete that. And then I'll go for Tony Robbins, right? Let's just say I want to go for Tony Robbins audience. I can type there. So I'll know people who follow Tony Robbins are business owners, you know. People who follow Tony Robbins are entrepreneurs, they are business owners, they are people who are interested about business. Most people who follow Tony Robbins are entrepreneurs. But let me just go back to Facebook page admin. Language, right? Because where it says languages, because I live in the UK, so it's only one language, it's English, right? So I'm not going to change the language. I'll leave it to all languages. Now, let's click here on show more. I just want to show you something. Connections, right? If I want, I can just go on the connection here and say Facebook pages, people who currently like and follow your page, right? If I want to exclude people who currently like and follow my page, I can just select one of these apps, people who've used my app, events, people who responded to my events, exclude people who have already responded to my events, right? So things like that. I can go ahead and play on with this area, but just so you know, this area exists and that's what you can do. Now, since I've selected this specific, if I want to exclude, I can go ahead here and play around with excluding, right? Cost control, leave this area. I won't really touch it. Show more options. So let me just go down here. When you charge impression, okay, don't just leave this big. Once you finish with this area, you can see here on the right hand side, our estimation have come down, right? I've come down from, I believe it was from 9 million to 1.5 million. So let me just go back again. I'm targeting London, right? And my population, my targeted audience has gone down to 1.5 million. So yeah, but again, guys, this is just an estimation of Facebook. So you will really know the real number once you start running ads. Now let's scroll down and click here on next. And I'm also going to name this specific ads, right? Instagram account. I need to select an Instagram account. I'll select this specific account. Now down here where it says ad set group, if I want to, I'll just leave it the way it is. Format, choose single image or video. If you want to go ahead with carousel, you can, but it's not really something I recommend, especially when you're selling services. That's not something that I recommend. I usually recommend business owners to go with single images or videos. These are my recommendations. Add creative. All these images here are just sort of templates. Really, don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to these images, right? I'll just delete that, remove all, and then I'll add my own images, right? So I'll just go to my media, I'll just click add. So guys, you really need to be careful about your image size. So when you see this specific symbol here, it says this image will be masked on mobile newsfeed, right? The tallest supported aspect ratio is, so you have to make sure your image match the correct size for desktop and mobile. So you really need to be careful about the size of the image. If you want to look for any images online, you can go ahead and search for any images there. But for this specific tutorial, I'm just going to select this image and just click here on next. So this is how my images are going to be looking like, right? And then I'll just click here on done. So these are just some of my images, right? And here on the primary text, I need to add some text there. So on this area where it says primary text, right? Okay, this very area is another very important area on your way to setting up your advertisement campaign. You know, your offer speaks volume. So before people will want to give you the detail, right? They'll want to know what they're going to get in return. So it's important that you know what to speak here, right? So your offer needs to be very clear. It needs to be compelling, you know, depending of your business. So for example, in my business, my type of offer for some people might not be compelling. For other people, it's going to be compelling. So this is what I'm going to put in this area. So for my primary text, I'm just going to paste my primary text there. Having a hard time using Facebook in your business, we can help. As an advertising and consulting agency, we've created hundreds of successful campaigns for our clients in different niches. And at the moment, we are offering a 25-minute free discovery call. Schedule your free call now by clicking on the link below. So this is just an example of how I'll put my advertising campaign. So you can see the offer here is a free discovery call. And I'm saying, I've done this before. I've helped other businesses successfully, you know, advertise the business online. So if they want to speak with me, they can schedule a free call. Now on my headline, it says optional, but I like to put something there. So I'll just say free discovery call. So once you've entered those details, if you scroll down here, for example, description, you know, this is optional. If you want to put some details there, then it's fine. But I like to leave this area. Sometimes I like to leave it empty. Display link, you can put your website URL there, you know, just in case they want to check it out, like they want to check out your website and see how it looks like. So I'll just copy my website URL and then paste it down here. So that's my website URL. And on the call to action, again, on this area, I would just recommend you to go down here and choose what matches your business, right? So I'll say, if you want to go ahead with the learn more is sometime all right? So I'll go for book now. I like to use this one. Book now is okay. Business lead form, right? So the last time I created a lead form on Facebook, that was in 2019. Wow, this one was for my own account, by the way. So we're going to create a new lead form. You're not going to have this area. This page is going to be blank for you. So I'll just recommend you to click here on create form, and just name your form. So here on the form types, there's two types of forms. So there's more volume and there's higher intent, right? So the more volume is usually if you just want to get anyone into, like, you know, to opt into your form. You don't really want people, like, you don't want to filter a lot, right? And the higher intent is like for like more quality. If you want to really filter out and make sure, you know, like people really confirm the details. You don't just want anyone to be a lead. You can go for the high intent. But you know, to begin with, I will recommend you to go with the more volume. Go with more volume, test how everything is going. So if afterwards you notice that, or maybe the quality of leads that you get is not really the type of leads that you want, or maybe some people are not picking up the phone, or maybe some of the customers are not serious, right? I'll recommend you to select the high intent and kind of filter out, you know, this area will kind of filter out, you know, certain people. So first go with the more volume. Now let's go to the introduction, to the intro. The intro, you can use the image from your ad, or you can upload an image here. My recommendation will be use an image from your ad, avoid confusion. But if you prefer to use another image, you can go ahead here and upload another image, right? This is up to you. So now the headline here, you can really do without the greeting areas. it's not a must to have it, but my recommendation will be if you decide to use it, make it simple. So I'll just go here and put a message here. So here on paragraphs, you can enter some details here and say something. Let's go here on questions and see. So the format, so the standard question format is email and full name, right? But you can change these questions. So here, for example, it says email and full name. If you want to add new category, so just go here and add like a phone number, for example. I wouldn't really recommend you to go overboard. I recommend you to only go with these 3 details, things like the full name, email, and telephone number. Why? Because you're going to be following up with those leads on the telephone. Phone number, why? Because most leads, you're going to be follow up with most lead on the telephone. So have the phone number there. It's going to be great. So yeah, just have the phone number. You can also leave the email, is great, because email you can do like email follow-up, but my number 1 recommendation for follow-up will be by telephone. So, and don't wait 24 hours before you follow up with your leads. Then, that'll be great. If you want to add more fields, really, you can go ahead and add more fields like city, state, this is up to you. Work information, job titles, and so on. But I'm really not going to add any more fields. I'll just leave it to free email. So let me just move the email up here. I'll just go full name, email, and phone number. And once you do that, that's it. So go here to privacy. So on privacy here, if you're going to run any ads on Facebook, you have to have a privacy policy. Go ahead and create your privacy policy on your website. You can just go on your website and copy your privacy policy link and just paste it here. So that's what I'm going to do. And the link text here, I'll just name that privacy policy. A custom disclaimer, if you do have a custom disclaimer, if you want to add that, yes, you can, but you don't have to. One more thing that I forgot to mention is on the questions, right? So on the description here, you need to kind of put something here, let people know how the information. So just put here, just say something here. So just put a message there, if you want to go ahead and double check if everything is correct, go ahead and double check if everything is correct. This is up to you. Privacy, everything is fine on my privacy. Completion, so everything is now done and dusted. So once you've done that, right, you need to go to completion. Click on completion, and you need to like put a message here. Call to action here, view website, right? This is something that we can go ahead and use, right? We can use the view website or download or call business. You know what? I like to leave it to view website. So I'll just go ahead and paste the link of my website there. So that's my website. I've just pasted it there. And yeah, that's it. So once you've done it, you now need to click here on publish, right? So that's it. So another thing that I wanted to say is once you start running your ad, right, your ad is going to run successfully. You're going to get leads, right? There's a place to view your leads. Don't forget to publish. So click here on publish, right? Oh, okay. So let me just add a message here. I need to add a message. Sorry. Apparently this area is important. So I'll add that. Click on the button below to schedule your call. So I just put that, and then make sure you publish, right? And come down here, and you also need to make sure it's published here. So click here, publish, and then that's it. Okay, guys, that was all about how to run a Facebook lead generation campaign. If you do have any questions, drop it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to share this content with your mates on WhatsApp, social media, right, or on any other platforms. Thank you dearly for watching this content, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, activate your notification bell to get notified next time I post any new content on my YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.